feel you watching me. Pull up across the room. I think you like the view. You gonna make a move. I don't make this easy for you.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Good Luck Sis. I'm your host, Thati J.
And I'm your host, Ellie.
And we just want to say thank you for tuning in once again. We have a very interesting episode to discuss. One of my, not favorite topics, but my passionate topics. But before then, do not forget, like, comment, subscribe, all of that, share. We really appreciate you guys joining us on this new journey. And we really love bringing this content to you guys from, we are grown, elevated now. Mm-hmm. We are no longer girlfriends. We are sisters. We are the rich aunties,
Yes.
Emphasis on the rich. So thank you guys for always supporting us throughout these past couple episodes and changes. If you guys haven't noticed, we have definitely elevated our Instagram game. Okay? Mm-hmm. The posts are becoming more top tier. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't noticed, definitely go on our Instagram at Good Luck Sis and like, share, comment. Thank you. So diving right in to this episode.
Right into it.
This episode is titled, God Said He Ain't the One.
Woo!
So, little icebreaker we about to do is called
I like icebreakers.
Ain't It or He the One.
Okay.
So, he only has taken you out once in 6 months.
Ain't it?
He's not your man, though.
He's not my man?
He's not your boyfriend.
But has he expressed any? No, it doesn't matter. He ain't it.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Number 2, celebrates a major milestone in your life, but you pay.
Celebrates a major milestone. So does he hit me up and say like,
yeah, we should celebrate you.
He ain't it.
Okay. And then 3, surprises you with food.
He's the one.
I know the bar is food. Give me some little curry gold.
Okay, back to the first one. He takes you out.
You know what's so funny? You were going through this. I was like, oh, she's going through them quick. Unlike if you guys saw the other episode when we talked about 50, Ellie was analyzing, but now it makes sense. Back to the first one.
Okay, so he takes me out on one date in 6 months.
He's only,
Okay. Is he putting in the effort?
What's effort if you're not taking me out?
That's true.
Mm-hmm. But what
has he explained himself of why he's not able to take you out? But then if you have expectations of being dined and being like,
and you've expressed those,
yeah, he ain't the one.
Okay. And then
nothing wrong with that. Like if that's your preference,
if you're okay
if you rather
with
a guy just talk to you on the phone and take you out once in 6 months, that's fine. But if you got your preference, that's my preference. You gotta take me out. I gotta have a good time, and I'll take you out too.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. All right. And he opens up about being with other women.
What level are you trying to get to know me?
It depends on what you are and what you want.
How is he opening up? Is he talking about I'm
dealing with other people. It's not just you.
Okay, I respect that.
You see?
Okay, I respect that. Yep, I respect that. But where are we going? Because I'm going to need you to cut them off.
Maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're not there yet to discuss. Just like you're probably dealing with other people too.
Okay.
I respect the honesty.
He
ain't it. But he's also not.
Show me later on.
Why you deserve to be it.
Mm-hmm. Why do I need to cut down on my roster and make you like
the only.
Yeah, the only.
Make you it.
The one.
The one. Okay. So, excuse me, y'all. So, if y'all remember, I don't know if it was last year. It was last year.
It was last year because it was in the studio. We talked about this.
Wait, what are we talking about? No, what I'm talking about, we didn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the episode.
Which episode?
Me trying to read Tati's mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. Let's just continue on. So the episode I'm talking about was the episode I talked about celibacy.
That was
virtual.
Virtual.
Yes. So it was last year then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, pause. It was
last year. To 2023.
And you moved in 2022.
Yeah. It was last year.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow. My brain, I'm sorry.
Time is flying.
So we talked about celibacy, and I talked about my journey with celibacy and how I haven't been sexually active in years. I didn't give a number. Mm-hmm. Probably still won't. But it was a long, long time. And the reason why is because it's kind of like there was no one worthy. Yeah. There was no one. and worthy is a strong word because sometimes you have sex with people that are not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
There was no one that was consistent enough, no one that I felt comfortable enough to have sex with for that amount of time.
Right.
Well, y'all, things have changed since that episode. Your girl's, no, I don't want to say no longer celibate. It broke. The celibacy broke, but as of right now, currently, I'm back on the journey. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily something was like, I'm not having sex somewhere. It's just like, if no one's here, no one's here.
Yeah.
So at this moment right now, no one's here. But since that last moment, someone was there.
I think a lot of girls I've seen on TikTok and Instagram have shared that they are also on that journey. I think a lot of girls are seeing, a lot of women are seeing that, you know, there's nothing really serious out there. And none of the guys are treating them well enough.
And sex is not worth it for me.
To even share that intimacy.
Exactly.
And I think something I really love is that a lot of women are separating the intimacy of feeling held and the difference from just being sexual.
Yeah.
There's a difference where you just wanted someone to hold you.
Yeah. And then you think you want sex and it's like, oh no, I didn't want that.
Yeah. I think there was this meme that I shared on my close friends and then I sent it to a friend that I know and then she's like, yeah, these guys hate me because she's not doing anything with them. She's just like quality time.
Sure, yeah.
Because intimacy also, it doesn't have to be like
sex.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be sex. It doesn't even have to be you holding me or anything. It just can be me and you spending time together. Ha kikiing, watching something. That's the intimacy, and that's what she likes. And half of these guys are just like, yo, what are you doing? They're upset.
What are you doing? Anyway, so yes. So we're gonna do a little story time. So I actually met this guy 2021 one time, mutual friend type situation, but it's not like I met Hale. It's like, oh, we were at the same party.
Right.
Then fast forward maybe 8 months later, see him again. Same with the mutual friend. Hey, how are you? He said something. And I was just like, okay, nigga, ew. Like
smart.
Like
I've met him.
Yeah. Like
and he is that smart. Like
smart. Yeah.
But I'm like, no,
exactly.
One thing about me, you're not going to talk to me smart like that because I'm going to talk to you smart back.
If y'all know me, that's my love language.
Yeah.
We talk shit. Like, I like that to a certain extent.
Yeah. Like, if certain people would meet him, be like, oh, he's a little fresh, but I'm going to be ready for you.
Certain people, we weren't anything.
He was asking certain questions about, like, my relationship and stuff, and I was just like, man, don't do that, okay?
Exactly. But when he found out you were engaged, he goes, wow, good for her. Congratulations.
You better say that.
So, yeah. And then we met again probably another 6 months after that. So this is now, time frame was August of 2022. We met again. We met at a party again, and it was just one of those things. I was ready to leave. He was like, where are you going? And then I was like, home. He goes, let's walk this way. And I said, all right, let's walk this way. And then the walking led to his house, and then here we are. So, no sex on the first, that first interaction, but it's like, that's the beginning of what we were. And I just want to also say this, because I know when I talk about certain guys from my past, like, even though it's all love to a certain extent, I do not hate this man. I still keep in contact with this man. I love this man to a certain extent. Not in love, but love as a person. We were dealing with each other for 6-7 months. We grew a connection. Boom. No hate. I'm probably going to sound like, I talk shit about Shana. So
he's too excited for us to even talk about him in that episode. So don't get too excited. I might come at you on this episode, depending on what she has to say, because I'm not going to let you have your flowers.
So your flowers are given to you now. So like I said, and we developed not even a situationship, really, a friends with benefits type of situation. And he already understood that I was celibate for this amount of time, blah, blah, blah. And I always say the people that I've always had sex with in the past, it was never like at 3 months, 90 days, 6 months. It was literally, I woke up one day, I'm cool. I can do it. Yeah. And that's literally what happened. I remember I was driving. I was going to go, B. Simone came to Boston. She was doing this event. I was driving, but at that time my phone was completely messed up. And every time it would die randomly. So I'm driving to the GPS, it dies.
Your phone?
Yeah, my phone.
Your old phone?
My old phone. So then I was like, you know what? Yeah. So then I got to a point where I recognized where I was, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it to this place. So I called him like, yo, what are you doing? He goes, I'm this, blah, blah, blah. I'm about to be home. Like, all right, I'm coming over. I can't come to this event because my phone won't let me get there. I'm coming to your house. So we go. And at that point, I realized, yeah.
So you didn't go to the Be Simone event?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Because I couldn't get there.
Why am I figuring this out now?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't go to the Be Simone. Okay.
Yeah. So then go to his house. And then at that point, I was just like in my head, yeah, if it happens today, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, and then it happened that day. And we continued it for 6 months total, 4 or 5 months. And we continued to build a bond. And in this side, we already talked about, first thing he said to me when we first started doing this, don't ever ask me to be your boyfriend. I was like, bet, no problem. We don't catch feelings over here. And we also made an agreement to be open about if you're sleeping with other people, that is fine. I'm not going to get mad, but tell me, because I need to know. Tip, I'm a nurse, so you already know this. If you're having sex with someone regularly all the time, you should already be getting checked every 3 months.
Right.
And then if it's a new partner, you should be getting checked after that. So already in my mind, I was going to get checked regardless whether you're sleeping with people or not, because who are you? You're not my man. You could lie.
Right.
We're going to get to the you could lie part. So, that
rolling my eyes.
That was the agreement and I also want men to understand that if you're listening to this, I did not set this rule. It's not like I said, if you're sleeping with other girls, you have to tell me. We decided on this together.
Did you bring it up?
I don't know. I think I probably could have.
If you had never brought this up, he would have never, knowing guys and knowing the history and the story. He only, let's be real, he only accepted it because you brought it up.
And the thing is, I've told him multiple times, yo, maybe we should go back on this.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And no, I don't. I want to know if you're dealing with other guys. I'm like, okay.
Because he knows you're going to say it, and he knows he's not going to say it. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
So then, sorry, y'all, I got a little itch. So then, one day, he was acting a little funny. Like, phone very close to him. And then he answered the phone, and then the nigga thinks I'm dumb. I'm not dumb. I hear the click, 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 click to put the volume down. Because it's another girl on the line. And then he goes, I'm going to call you back in 2 seconds. Same thing he does to me. When I call him something, I'm going to call you back in 2 seconds. And when he does, I'm like, okay. Yeah, just like that. And I'm like, okay, so you're with a girl. In my mind. And I know that, and that's cool. That's not my business. But the fact that I see you do it, and I know it's a girl, I'm like, bet that is a girl calling. And he's like, texting on his phone, Me, my eyes roll up because it's there. I'm gonna see it. And then, oh, I miss you, And I'm just like,
that's why he's texting.
Yeah. And I don't care you're texting that, but you're not going to text that when I'm in the bed with you. Do that when I leave. That's a little bit, that's cringy. Like, you have someone right here and you're texting someone else, I miss you. Do that when I leave. So then, I'm talking, I don't know, some guys are, talk to her. Like, you end up talking to his friends. I'm talking to his friend, blah, blah, blah. And he leaves the room. So his phone is in my hand. In my mind, I'm like, Thati, are we about to go through this phone right now? Are we about to do it? And I'm just like, but who is he to me to do it?
Yeah.
And even if not even who is he, even if he was my husband, I don't want to have to do that. If I already have to do that, a conversation needs to be had. No matter what I find, because I could find nothing in the phone, but why did I feel the urge to look?
Yeah.
So then he comes back in the room. You can tell his antenna went up like, shit, she has my phone. And then in the room, oh, you still got my phone? I'm like, yeah. He takes it from my hand. And I look at him and I give him that look like, okay, nigga. And he's like, what? I was like, oh, don't worry. I seen everything I needed to see. He's like, what you mean you see? I'm like, I seen everything I need to see, but there's no problem. He's like, oh, what are you talking about? You went through my phone. I'm like, I seen everything I need to see and it's okay. So then we go into his car, cause he's about to go to work, but we chill in his car. He's like, so what do you mean you see everything you need to see, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're acting weird. And I was like, you know how many times you've given me your phone and it's no problem, but all of a sudden today you want to come in the room because you realize. And I was like, you've been acting weird all day. And I was like, I know a girl called you because I heard, like, I know. And I seen the text that you were sending some girl. And I was just like, you can do what you want. Like, but don't text another girl you miss her while I'm in the bed with you. Number one, that's a little disrespectful.
It is a little disrespectful.
And then I was just like,
it's not even a little disrespectful.
It is disrespectful. Yeah. And I'm just like, did you have sex with anyone else? He goes, yeah.
So when were you gonna?
And I was like, so why do I have to ask you that? he goes, because it was just a one-time thing, I didn't think it was gonna da-da-da. So like, but didn't we agree to tell each other if we're having sex with other people? He's like, yeah. And I'm just like, okay. So do you not want that rule anymore? He goes, no, I still want it. I was like, all right. So I'm like, so if I slept with someone else and didn't tell you, then slept with you the next day, how would you feel? Like, oh, that's just wild, disrespectful. I'm like, okay, then. So what are we doing? Like, what is not communicating in your brain that you should have told me that you're having sex with someone else while you're having sex with me?
So what about if he was coming to, okay, so Monday comes, hey Thati, I just want to let you know that I fucked somebody. I slept with somebody.
Okay.
Tuesday comes, hey Thati, I just want to let you know that I slept with somebody. Thursday comes, hey Thati, I just want to let you know. What would you do?
If it's the same person, you don't have to tell me. If it's multiple people,
do you see how like you have to? It's so
and I wouldn't
so
know
messy
exactly,
because then it's just like the thing about situationships and like the whole friends and benefit. I just think,
how much can you really handle?
I just think it's like one of those things that's just like it's just a recipe for disaster. It's just like there's no rules for it unless you create your own contract and everyone signs, like for real, because this is like. Now it's like this, like it could have went that way.
It could have. And then at that point is when I would have to make that. But that's the thing, like don't take my choice away from being comfortable with that. Because when he told me that, I was shocked because it's like, nigga, I created a safe space for you to tell me that. And not shocked that you had sex with someone else, but it's shocked that you didn't tell me. But then
again, a lot of times people have maybe created that safe space for him and then but
that's what he told me. He's like, you know how many times I heard this from the girls?
Girls say that all the time.
He's like, girls say that all the time. Then I'm
just saying, it's like literally those situations are like recipe for disaster.
Exactly.
It's just like,
and the thing is, and I said, you know what? I understand. And if you want to take away this rule of us telling each other, we can do it. Like, no, I want to keep it. All right, bet. So then we're talking, and then, you know, something still didn't sit right in me. So I hit him up the next day and I was like, yo, that really hurt me because it's disrespectful. And I was like, I know I'm not your girlfriend. We don't want that, blah, blah, blah. But I felt like we created a bond enough where we don't got to lie about shit like that. Especially when I've opened up to you about how it took me this long. Like, you're the first person I've had sex with in years. So for you to know that and then you're doing this funny shit, it's like, there's no need for that. Just tell me. He's like, okay, you're right. Like I said, I was scared. Not scared, but like, I've had this situation with other girls and it's never worked out this well. I was like, and you know what? And I was like, benefit of the doubt, I give you that.
Right.
I give you that. We can move on. So then maybe a month later, something in my spirits.
Not God trying to talk to you.
My spirit's just kind of like, I kept telling him like, yo, I'm praying about us because something, I don't know, it feels off. Like, it feels like it's not right.
God.
So I'm praying. And then within 2 weeks, we're talking normally because he's getting ready to go on vacation. I'm getting ready to go on vacation. We're talking like, oh, I'm like, yo, don't you love when you go on vacation and then you get like a vacation girlfriend, you get a vacation boyfriend or something like that? He's like, yeah, but sometimes that shit don't work out. And I was like, why? He goes, well, last time I went on my trip, there was this girl and, you know, my vacation girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And because of her, I had to miss out on the opportunity to fuck someone else. So I had to, you know, be with her. And I was like,
messy.
Right? And I was like, oh, so you fucked her? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, so you did fuck her? He goes, yeah. I was like, oh, that's funny because you told me on that trip you didn't fuck anyone. Because I peeped.
Guys always snitch on themselves.
He's too comfortable.
They always snitch.
Too comfortable.
They will always snitch on themselves.
And I was like, yeah, you remember you told me on that trip you didn't fuck anyone because then when you came back from that trip, we fucked. And he was like, well, what did you expect? It was da-da-da-da-da.
Like I said, the rule is not there for him. It is there for you.
And my thing is, and then he's like, oh, I was just joking. I was like, nigga. Stop. So then I was like, I gotta go because I can't deal with this right now. I hang up the phone and I cry. I cry because I'm like, shit, this is God. And I was like, I don't want to give this up. I want to keep this intimacy that I haven't had in years. Because it wasn't just sex.
It's I go back to what I was saying. It's the intimacy that you were searching for.
Because we didn't have sex for a couple of months.
Yeah,
when we first started.
Even after, it was only a few months.
Yeah, like, so it was like at first we were chilling, I mean, little things here and there, but we didn't have sex for months when we first started this whole thing. So it was just us literally, I put him onto podcasts, watching podcasts together, watching movies together, dancing to the Haitian music in his room together, like stuff like that. So the intimacy built over time. So then for us to finally have sex and then we're good for those couple of months, and then boom, for this to happen. And I was like, damn.
Something's always gonna happen.
Right? I know. So, like, I was, from the beginning, I was prepared to be hurt.
Yeah.
Not hurt, like, devastated, but hurt, like, damn, this is gonna end. One way or another, it's gonna end. And so then when I hung up the phone with him, I started crying because I was like, shit, this is what I prayed for. Like, this is it. Like, I gotta let this go now. So then I call him back and we're talking and I'm crying. And I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. He's like, why? I'm like, because, you know, I kept telling you, like, I'm praying something's off. This is my sign from God. Like, he's like, oh, I was just joking. I was like, no, you weren't. And to this day, he says he was joking. No, you weren't. You weren't joking.
Stop lying.
And I'm not going to use the word like you took advantage of me. No, not like that. But in the sense of you knew, I opened up to you about how long I was celibate for and how I was waiting for the right person in the moment to have sex with. So for you to have fucked this girl and then not tell me, and then the week you come back, we're having sex for the first time, you took advantage of that situation. Because if you had told me that you did, would I probably still have fucked him? Yes. Honestly, because you can have sex with other people, but you took that choice away from me.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of that. Like, don't do that. And like I said, now that's technically strike 2.
Yeah.
Where I already, like, granted, what man is going to open up in the decision? Yeah, I did fuck her, but let me just say, I fucked someone else too. No man is going to do that.
I don't, let's be honest. Like, I feel like girls really, set that up just for themselves in their mind. Like, you know how we make scenarios up in our mind, like, oh yeah, he's like this, like, I feel like girls and women, we set up that rule for ourselves and not to hurt ourselves. Like, we know in reality, let's be real. Like, the chances that a guy that you're messing with is messing around
with other girls,
who's not taking you out on dates and who's not, like, taking you seriously, which
is fine.
It is fine. But the thing, again, like, honestly, like, looking back and reflecting back on just, like, dating in general, like, yeah, these guys were sleeping with other girls, but we tell ourselves that they, you know, they're not.
But in my head, it wasn't that they're not. It's like, if you are, tell me.
They're not gonna tell.
Because it's not that big of a deal.
But they're not gonna tell you.
Niggas make shit way worse for themselves.
But they're not gonna tell you.
It's like, I don't care that you're having sex.
As much as, you know, even if the girl's cool about it, they're not gonna do it. Because
but that's why I also feel like, as much as men want a woman that, yeah, she's not going to care, you're still going to find a way to be deceitful, which that blows my mind in general. Because I'm giving you the opportunity to fuck multiple bitches.
And also, too, if it's a guy that actually cares about you, it's the same way your man. If he's cheating on you because they care about you so much, they don't want to hurt you. Compared to if you were just messing with the guy who, like, you have no connection with, you're not, like, you're not hanging out, you're not, you know, building a connection with, they won't care about hurting you. Compared to a guy you're creating such an intimacy, talking on the phone.
You don't want to risk letting
let's
that
be real,
go.
they actually do care about you and they don't want to hurt you.
Well, either way, you get hurt.
Yep.
So then I cut it off and I was so nervous because I was supposed a couple of days after that, my mom was having surgery and he already said, like, you'll come over my house. You can wait the surgery out here, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, fuck. Like that's my support system. And I went, nothing happened, strictly platonic. It was still hard for me because it was still like normally I would do this. Normally I would do that. And now it's like, no, I can't. So that was hard, but we started, like, you know, working on a friendship to a certain extent or being acquaintances. And then I saw him maybe a month after. We backslided. We didn't have sex, but we backslided. And then saw him again probably 2 months ago. Didn't backslide, was chill. But all this to say, I don't regret it.
Yeah.
All this to say, when you're on this journey of celibacy and you're waiting for, like I said, my goal was never to wait for my husband. My goal was just to wait till I'm comfortable with someone. And I don't regret it, even though he did lie throughout and I didn't like that. I don't regret doing it because at that point, this is why I said, when you're having sex with someone after waiting for so long, you need to understand that in this moment, when you're having sex knowing that tomorrow what you have could be gone and you're going to be okay with it. Not saying you can't be sad, but you're not going to regret it. And that's my biggest thing. Like, every person I've had sex with, I've never regretted it. And I feel like if I regretted it, that would have really torn me up. But like I said, this is why you need to have sex when you are ready. One thing I'll say about him, he waited months. Like I said, he's fucking other bitches. So if, like, the wait is not anything drastic, but never made me feel like, okay, right, so we're not fucking, why are you coming over? Never made me feel that way, which is why I felt the comfortability of, like, okay, I'm doing this for me. He is going to enjoy it, but I'm doing this for me, not because I feel pressured into doing it. So, and also another situation, you got to be ready to let it go when God says to let it go.
Absolutely.
You may have a little situation where you go back and forth a little bit, but you have to know when it's like...
A situationship only serves you for only a certain amount of time.
Exactly. And I wouldn't even call this a situationship, because what dates did we have? I would call it friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. Situationships, there's no dates really with situationships either.
Like that situationship, because we know someone who's in a situationship.
I do?
Look at me. We know the same person who was in a situationship for over a year. That was a situationship. Yeah. I did not have what they had.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I would
She was like, look at me. I'm not me knowing how to read Thati's mind, bro. I'm a mind reader.
Yeah. So definitely listen to those signs. And another thing is like, I have here the red flags that I noticed. The red flag was number one, the day after I went to his house after that party. He called me the next day. Oh yeah, I'm going to take you out for ice cream.
Lies.
Didn't hear from him that day. The next day, he's like, oh yeah, like you're not mad and take you out. And I was like, don't do that shit again. But that was a continuous characteristic that he had. And the thing is kind of like me, I'm the type of person, do not lie unprovoked. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, because I'm not in a man's brain, if it's lying or they're saying shit because they really think they have the capacity to fulfill it and they don't. Mm-hmm. But I didn't start asking to be taken out until he said he wanted to take me out. So if you say, yo, I want to take you to this place, I want to take you to this, I'm like, okay, like that. So when are we going to go?
Yeah.
That's a normal follow-up.
He's filling your minds with possibilities.
Exactly. And the possibilities never happened. So it's like, that was red flags from right then and there. But also for a lot of this journey with him, I was just kind of like, Thati, it don't matter because who is he to you? Mm-hmm. Like, why? If he like continues
just a friend.
He's just a friend. He's just someone he's just someone you're enjoying your time with. Not to downgrade him, because like I said, I care for this man. I do love him. I have a respect for him. But who is he for you to even want any of this for his husband? Lies to bother you?
Is he your husband?
No.
Because you're at the point and you're at the point of your life where you're not looking to just to date. We already clarified that, you know? If it was maybe Thati, 24-year-old Thati was just looking just to date. Yeah. But now Thati, you know that you want to find a husband. I can
properly put people in their categories.
Yeah. And be like, this man's value does not align with my value. This man is not where he is in his life. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to not use him, but we can satisfy each other in this aspect. Yeah. And
you serve a certain purpose in my life.
Exactly.
And I don't want to downplay that, because I think everybody that comes in your life at a certain point, it just serves a purpose.
Because his purpose wasn't sex. His purpose was fun. His
happiness.
Purpose was, you make me laugh. His purpose was that we can chill. That was his purpose.
It didn't have to end the way it did. But then again, it's just like this being your first, like,
this person is the first person of significance since my ex.
Yes. Where would it have still went down the road of it just ending as just friends? Like, you were still gonna get, you said you're still gonna get hurt regardless.
Exactly. And,
I feel like the only people that can do this if you've had patterns.
Yeah.
Experience.
And I don't. And what's funny is, and I'm not even saying this in like, haha, nigga, now you want me, but it's like, once we ended this, the conversation was like, I want you back. I want to be more serious. I want to be in a relationship.
It's lies.
It's you missing what you once had.
They want that.
You want that
comfortability, that purpose in someone's life.
And he said to me that, like, I fucked up a good thing.
Yeah, you bet. That's right.
Like, I've never met a girl who allowed me to do what I wanted to do. I was like, boom, that's the thing. You missed that. But if we're in a relationship, you ain't doing shit. Mm-hmm. There's no having sex with other people. There's no that. So I'm like, you want the easiness of what I gave you, even though you couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it. But now you want me. You don't even know the different aspects. Thati has a girlfriend.
Do you even know? That's the thing about guys too when you're dating them. Do they like you for what you are giving to them, what they're receiving from you? Or do they like you because of who you really are?
Exactly.
Like, do they actually know your what you really like? Or do they just like you because it's just like,
you like me because I'm fun. You like me because I'm like, okay, yeah, go fuck the other bitches, nigga. It's fine. You like that. And I think a part of him, because me, and this may be a bad thing, but I'm not the type of girl who's like, oh, use food, nigga. Use a guy for this. Or if a guy asks you for dating, say yes, even if you're not. Are you dating anyone else? No. Are you having sex with anyone else? No.
But then again, I'm pretty sure he was spending money. I don't know. I'm just saying. But like, I'm pretty sure he's spending money on some other girls who are more high maintenance.
He's told me that he's gone on dates while we were doing this. And I'm
because those girls are expecting.
Not the girl that you can bring on a date, the girl that you care about.
Because you're so, not saying you're a low maintenance girl in general, but you're like, me and you are the same. We're very much girls of like, I can take myself on a date. I can order takeout.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I pull up to your house and there's no food, I'm not gonna be that girl like, oh, you're not gonna feed me. Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna stay silent to see how you move. And you know, the funny thing is, I might be like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna order something.
Yeah.
Not saying it would hurt me, but when I see that I'm actually ordering food at your house to feed you, it's those are the things I'm like, all right. But I take a step back and be like, okay, why are you treating like that? Because if you had came over my house, I would have fed you.
Certain things, like when he had food at his house, he definitely gave it to me. He definitely was very generous with that. But if it was a situation where we're both hungry, it would be more so like, all right, well, I'm going to order food. And like, oh, okay, thank you. I'm not saying,
what?
You know? And this is not to come at him at all in that way, but these are things that's kind of okay. But this is kind of like, we're not compatible in a certain sense. But it's just way.
Like, it's common sense. If I have a guest that comes over my house,
I'm not a guest. I'm a girl you're having sex with.
Right. But just in general, like, I've been to your house. I've been to my best friend's house. Like, when I go over my friend's house, they feed me.
Yeah.
If they come over my house, I'm feeding you, you know? And I just feel like it's kind of like,
you know, but I also feel sense. Like, the girl you're going to take serious is the girl you're going to do that for. So then it also took me for a loop when it's like, we're done. Oh, I want you to be my girl. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, you're the one who told me you don't want to be in a relationship. So when did you realize
that you wanted me to be your girl? When I walked away, when you know, I'm not serving you the way I used to do, when I'm not giving you the benefits that I was giving you before.
And the thing is, like, with guys, they like the good girl. And I'm not saying I'm the good girl because but if we're going to categorize, I am more of the stereotypical good girl. I think he liked the fact that even though she's told me I can do her and she can do her, she's still not doing her. Because I'm generally not the person who's going to sleep with multiple people at once.
Right.
Like,
and he knows that. He
knows that and he sees that. But that's the thing with these type of guys, like, who are more open to doing what they want to do. They want to do what they want to do, but they want a girl who's not going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, not going to do that, not because she's committed to you, because I wasn't committed to him, not going to do that, because that's just not who she is.
No.
And it's just kind of like,
the more conservative woman.
You can't like me for this characteristic when you can't have that same characteristic.
Period.
Like,
because I'm not my discipline. I don't want you to.
Exactly. My discipline when it comes to my body can't be something you admire if you don't have that same thing.
Right.
And granted, this is not saying he's sloppy with his body at all, because he had the right to do what he wanted to do.
But I think you should have the same expectations. The same way he has an expectation, oh, I like that she's not out here hoeing and doing all this. It's the same thing. You can have your expectation too. I wouldn't want a guy that's out here like every Monday, Tuesday, no, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you. You can keep that sloppiness somewhere else. Not with me.
So that's where I am with this man, and his nickname, Sanitizer. That's his nickname.
Oh God, I know why.
And like I said, where we are now, we talk here and there. We have some mutual people in common, so we be running into each other and stuff. And you know, a flirtatious vibe, but it's like, am I going to sit here and say, well, I'm never going to ever have sex with him again? No, I don't know that for sure. This is someone, not saying, oh, a body I can go back to, but this is someone did have a connection for, but this is also someone who chose to disrespect me. And I also think some people, especially girls, probably listen to this episode, or even guys too, like, bro, why the fuck do you even still talking? Why is he allowed to even still consider you an acquaintance or consider you a friend? I think it's because, like I said, I made the decision knowing that it could go a certain way. Not saying just because of that I can take disrespect and it's okay what he did, but it's like, I think another part of me is just kind of like, it wasn't significant enough for me to be like, fuck you, nigga, I'm never speaking to you again, you're cut off. No, it was like, yo, I do care about you. I do love you, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you fucked up. And I also think I've come to a realization, especially when it comes to dating, friends with benefits, situationship, you fuck up with me. Damn it, I'm sorry for you.
Sorry.
It's hard to be mad at someone who lost such a good thing.
Yeah. It's your loss.
It's your loss. It's like, bro, like, I can't even be mad at you because it's kind of like, oh, okay.
But I think in general, I think you're better. Like, for me, you're better than me. Because honestly, I'm going to cut you off kind of. We can be.
But that works for certain people. Yeah, that's fine.
That works for me. At that point, the same way I was serving you a purpose, you're not serving me a purpose anymore. I'm cutting you off.
Yeah. But I also think
I can fight in someone else.
Yes, you can. You can fight
that's
more.
And that's how I am. I'm
exactly.
Just like, I know myself. I can easily be dragged back into something. So I like to remove myself from the situation.
And I think with growth, like I said, I think because it wasn't so significant, which is why I can be like, okay, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Versus like, if it was like a 3-year relation, like, you know, that is like, all right, I gotta cut you off because I can't deal with you. But because it didn't get to the point where we were pouring each other's secrets out to each other, like, there was still a level of surfaceness. We never got deep. And I think that's also what saved me from getting as, like, really hurt.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you know, I miss you. I miss what you represent because I haven't had that in a long time. But like, yeah, you fucked up and you missed out on me. But yeah, but I also think it's too, since then, he hasn't necessarily been disrespectful and like, well, bitch, well, we weren't anything, He's always been remorseful. If it's genuine or not, only him and God know that.
You showed him that you deserve respect.
And I also,
I think you should keep that because, not saying you weren't supposed to be disrespected at all. And I think you kept it 100 with him since the beginning. And he just, you know, kind of definitely went behind your back and just like disrespected you 100%. And therefore you are gaining. Why does it have to take me
to walk away
for you to respect me? When I come back and I give you the part of me that, I cherish and that I'm giving it to you, is it going to go back to you disrespecting me again? Like, I think after that, if I go back, you're not going to respect me. You're not going to respect me.
One of the things you find attracted about me is
that I respect myself to walk away.
Exactly. So then if I come back, you're not even with the same person you care about. Like,
all right. What a fool she is.
I even said to him, like, bro, if I did this to you, you wouldn't even have my number in your phone anymore. And he was like, yeah, you're right, but I'm gonna change. I'm like, no, boo-boo, I'm sorry.
You've already proven yourself.
You've proven yourself twice.
Yeah.
And in multiple ways. It's not just about the fucking other girls.
You proved yourself.
It was more like...
And you haven't proved yourself. I'm sure there's little things here and there that he did for you, but the majority of things that you shouldn't settle for, like a good human being, like you wouldn't accept this from your friends or any girl.
Exactly. I already gave you the extra chance.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And this is what you did with it. So it's like, now I gotta cut myself out of this, and it has to be the way it is now. And like I said, no, and like knowing that I'm gonna run into you is like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, no.
I'm more like, yo, what? This is your loss.
I want to tell you guys, we were so, and like I know guys are probably listening. Like every girl says that and they're not really okay. That I'm like, I have been to parties with my friends and he's been there and I've seen him daggering bitches. I've seen him gooyat. I've seen him kissing cheeks, licking ears in front of me. And here I am. And what we would do, see you in a couple of days, we having sex. Like, so and I tell you, it didn't bother me about the other girls. It's the principle of, I gave you a space, I gave you an opportunity to be respectful, and you chose once again to go behind my back. And I can't deal with that. And I think it's probably it stems from just being human, but stems from also being cheated on. Like,
say trust.
Like, trust. And I've explained that to him. He knows my past, and like, here we are. So it's just kind of like, for you to know that I'm not just out here fucking and doing sucking and all that. And like, I haven't had sex in years, and it's you that I choose.
Yeah.
And you do this. It's just kind of like,
Yeah. And the thing is that also trusting, you had to trust him with this information.
Yes.
You know?
And you did nothing with it.
Yeah.
You didn't learn from it. So
it's as much as like someone saying, hey, I'm a virgin and I know that you're not my man, but I'm going to do this.
Yes.
And then you go and then you like, break my heart in some way. It's just like, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So that's that, man, sanitizer. I'm trying to see if I hit everything on this Yeah, and where am I at now? I'm okay. I'm not hurt. When I think about it, I'm just like, damn, that kind of sucked that you did that. But like,
I think it was a good dating experience for you.
I'm grateful for it.
From like the time I've known you, yes, you were in your long-term relationship, but
I never dated.
But you never had anything that was actually long-term, consistent.
He was consistent. He was long-term. And then this is why I go back to say my celibacy wasn't about husband. My celibacy was like when I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
So like as of right now, I'm in my celibacy journey once again, not because I have no one to have sex with. I don't trust anyone at this moment. No one's been consistent enough. But I am not jaded. I'm not bitter. I'm not fuck niggas. This is my second experience with a guy, and in terms of being consistent and all of that, and then this happens. No, it is what it is. Like. You move on, you learn, and then you're on to the next one, whoever that may be. Hopefully the next one is like someone I end up marrying though. Like bodies don't matter, but if it's not,
I just like who I wouldn't want to go through this. Like, okay, all right, let me know. Let's communicate when one person is doing this, and boom, me baga loco.
Emma, this is where I go between the back and forth with also age and what I want. I want a husband. I want to be dating a husband. I would love to, like, if I knew that tomorrow the next person I dated is going to be my husband, that would be great. But I also don't want to be so closed off, like, oh my God, because he's not my husband, I can't have sex with him, or I can't da-da-da-da. So it's like a back and forth. And maybe once I get to the mindset of closing everyone off that wasn't my husband, that's when I'll find him. Who knows? God, talk to me if you need to. But it's like, I don't want to only keep in mind if I don't see it long term, it's because I enjoyed what I had with him.
Yeah. It
was fun. I'm grown. I'm still making smart decisions. It didn't take anything away from me.
Right.
So it's just kind of like, not saying any nigga who's not, you can just come in this and like, you can just, hey.
What would you do different if you were to go into the same situation, friends with benefits situation?
Probably not downplay the patterns I noticed, not keep saying in my head, well, he's not anything significant, so it doesn't matter. If I want it, or if you're saying you're going to do it, I want you to be able to do it.
Are we cutting people off sooner, or are we still letting them?
I'm noticing patterns more and addressing it quicker. And then if you don't change, then I'm walking away from that. I think, like I said, it was more so, if he's not your man, why do you care? Like, you go back and forth, but it's like, I think at a certain point, one of the reasons why I was feeling uneasy is because, like, Thati, you know yourself. Yeah, he's not your man, but if he keeps saying he's going to do this and he's not, and then you're telling him and then he's still not doing it.
We're not doing it.
It's like, now you're lowering yourself. You know you're worth more than that.
Yeah, we're not accepting that.
So it came to a point. In the beginning, it didn't bother me as much because it was so lighthearted. But I think the more I began to care for him too, the more I expected more from him. And I voiced that, like, yo, just do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
And when you're showing me that you can't after months and months, you get tired. When a girl's kind of like, all right, I'm done. I've given you the chances. All right, I got to walk away.
Yeah.
So listening to those feelings more, I want to say maybe not giving as many chances, but at the same time, I don't know. I've learned from it though. I'm happy I had the experience. We'll see what the next experience does, aka my husband, hopefully.
Period.
And y'all, that was the episode. We are wrapping up right now. I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. I hope you guys could learn from it. I hope you guys also don't feel ashamed if you've been in the same situation, or even worse. It's all life lessons. We're all meant to learn from it. Shout out to Sanitizer. Still care for you. No hard feelings. No bad blood. So our Melanin Monday, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, is Mew Mews or Moo Moos? Mew Mew? M-U-M-U apostrophe S Peekleys. I am actually, well, this episode's coming up after this, but I'm performing. She's one of the performances I have for this summer, Speak in Ven 2. And I actually got a chance to taste one of her Peekleys at this event I went to. Really, really good. I'm actually ordering another jar for my mom's birthday party. But I wanted to shout out to her, Haitian, of course. Shout her out because her pickles is good. She does pickles, epis, and sweet and spicy corn.
Ooh.
And so, Haitian, Black owned, so definitely had to support. So shout out to you. And guys, make sure you go follow her. You already know information will be on our page. So go ahead and check out our Instagram in order to get all of her details. And yes, that is it for the episode. Thank you for tuning in, and remember to listen if God says he ain't the one. All right. All right, guys. Good luck, sis.
Good luck, sis.
Bye.